Howdy, fellow movie fans, and welcome back for another edition of the Wisco Movie Watchers Podcast, brought to you by those Davies Boys, Evan and Dylan Davies. Summer movie preview of a bunch of movies that you're not going to see. It's going to be really fun.
I thought of this earlier. I think the title of this video should just be, Does Anyone Care? That's how I feel about most movies nowadays. It's just like, does anyone actually care about these things?
Well, I think the big thing is to know, like I said that as a joke because you will watch a good portion of these movies eventually.
Oh yeah, it'll be winter when I watch them, but I will watch them.
Like you will watch them as they come onto streaming services or they come out for home video. You know, hell, you still even use the public library to get new releases, which is awesome. By the way,
Sometimes, yeah.
Use your public library. The public library is great.
Good resource.
Use the Libby app. Use whatever you can. Support your local library, especially in this world of digital taking over everything. But we're going to be doing a summer movie preview, just kind of giving some thoughts on a lot of the bigger movies coming out this summer. We're not going to cover every single movie, but there are some topics I did want to get into as well with that. Now, to set one up for the future, we've already seen the summer movie kind of go already into April as one of the biggest movies and possibly what could be the biggest movie of the year, Super Mario Galaxy, was released in April. So we especially since the Avengers Endgame era where Marvel started putting their stuff in April, we've seen a lot more bigger movies in April. Minecraft last year as well, or 2 years ago, I should
we're
say.
kind of seeing the end of the like stacking of movies where it's like this comes out, then this has to come out during the summer. Like that's kind of been erased mostly.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, I wrote in this, and the reason I brought it up is there's a lot of notable exceptions that back in the day, it was not a question. It was a summer release.
Yeah.
And for instance, we had, Super Mario Galaxy, as I stated before. Dune, which has always been a holiday style release, but back in the day, Dune 1000% would have been a summer movie release.
And it deserves to be.
Absolutely. Avengers Doomsday is coming out the same day as Dune Part 3, which makes zero sense to me. That's really banking on...
Someone's going to move.
They've been saying that for over a year, though. It's been that thing for over a year. And that's the thing, is like, I think they should move. I think this is incredibly stupid.
Warner Brothers should be moving.
Oh, you think Dune should be the one to move?
Yes. Because when I think of it, do I want to go up against an Avengers movie? Regardless of like how much I'm excited about it, regardless of how much most people are excited about it, it's just not a smart move.
No, it's not. I mean, my big thing is...
Because Dune also has not been that successful
as a box office. It's been a really successful critical hit, and Dune's really weird to me because I find some people are very similar to me, where I don't find Dune that attractive of a series. I don't know why. Part of it's
I love it.
Part of it is Timothée Chalamet as this action hero. I don't buy it. Which I know Dune is not supposed to be an action franchise, even though there's plenty of action. It's supposed to be closer to the ilk of a Star Wars, where you're not supposed to just go big, strong guy do stuff. But Star Wars has been one of the only sci-fi franchises that ever mastered. We don't need the Arnold Schwarzenegger type to be the action hero kind of thing.
Dune is kind of like Game of Thrones, but sci-fi.
Right. It's very...
Because it's mostly like political stuff. That's the engine of it.
And all like beyond Avengers Doomsday, which obviously that would have been a summer release back in the day. I agree with you that Warner Brothers should be the one to move. Because I think if I'm Marvel, you have to keep doubling down. Like, this is your last chance to be the studio, is this movie. I think they're really banking on Doomsday and Secret Wars to bring them back up.
Oh, 100%.
And they're not... I'm sorry, like, I just talked about it last night. I saw The Devil Wears Prada 2 last night as of recording. So the review should be up by now for anyone that's listening to this or watching this. And, before for the last 4 months of the theater, um, Zendaya's had a Rolex deal, and they do like a 2.5 minute commercial all about Zendaya, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, like Rolex, and you're like, what the fuck does this have to do with anything? And they're playing it in like the trailer section of the movies. I'm like, and I'm already fatigued with Zendaya. And it's a personal thing. I don't know why. I'm just kind of like, I don't need to see her anymore. And then the Rolex thing came, and I just went, I don't want to see her for a
Well,
while.
she announced that she's going to take a break.
I think that's very smart because she's
I
been
would agree. She's just
non-stop
it's
everywhere.
not her fault. She's just in a bunch of successful shit.
Yes, I also think I also think it's a statement on where we are with young actors and actresses right now. She's one of the few, if not, she's the one when it comes to an actress where you can put her name on it and people will go see it. It's not like
Yeah.
it was back in the day when you put Zendaya on the poster, people will go, "Oh, I'll go see that," or you put her in the movie trailer, people will go see it. It's just certainly something where I'm just so fatigued that Brand New Day, also the new Spider-Man movie, which we will talk about, I have such zero little interest in that, and part of it is fatigue on all those cast members.
That I would say I am actually excited for that, but it's not like I don't need it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about all movies nowadays. Is like, is this something I need in my life? And most of the time, it's no.
Which is hilarious because all you do with your time is watch movies and write movies and study
Yeah.
movies and have a
Yes.
podcast about movies.
I mean, I love movies, and there are a lot of great recent movies, but it's not like there's that one thing where I'm like, oh yes, this has to be something I watch.
All right, so let's get into it. Also, one other notable Street Fighter guaranteed would have been a
Oh
summer
yeah.
movie. It's coming out in the middle of October. It makes zero
Hmm.
sense, that release date. Part of me
I would say that is smart on their part.
I don't know, part of me thinks they're hiding it, and part of me thinks they're just like whatevs.
I just think they're like, this is a recognizable IP. Let's put it somewhere where it might have a chance of making something.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a
Do I think
relatively
it's going to be a good movie? Hell no.
No, I mean, here's the thing. I'm excited for it because it has two pro wrestlers in it. That's not I'm not and I don't really love Street Fighter as a property. So the reason I want to go see it, I want to see what Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns are going to be doing in the movie.
Mm,
That's about it. And like the rest of the cast is kind of like whatevs to me. But they apparently, from what we've seen, it's apparently pretty faithful to the games, which is really interesting because that makes zero sense.
those are just fighting games.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, okay, like they have like all the weird, unexplained stuff. Like, why is there this weird reptilian guy? Makes no sense. And you're like, okay, he's here.
Whatever.
And I think that's certainly interesting. So, but yeah, that's another one that's not coming out
I
in the
think it's
summer.
about 10 years too late. No, 20 years too late.
Probably Street Fighter's still a big franchise, though. It still does really good numbers.
When I think of Street Fighter, though, I think of like arcades.
Yeah, I mean, you're certainly
And
part of a
that's the people who
population that
are
does.
probably going to care about it the most.
It's really interesting because I think we are now in the portion of where video game players, such as myself, obviously, it helps. I have an entire gaming channel devoted to games, a lot of old games specifically. I will just go see anything video game now just to be like, what's it going to be like? You know, what's it?
Yeah, there's no stigma anymore around them.
Yeah, which it helps that there's been a few that are at least fun and good,
There are good ones, yeah.
and so it's certainly interesting. But let's go summer here though. Also to our special that's still coming out, which our Twitch viewers saw of the movie studio intros. 20th Century Studios was the intro to Devil Wears Prada 2. So the first thing I thought, I was like, hey, Dylan and I would be happy that they're actually using that goddamn intro.
I don't love the name change, but I like the
Oh,
intro.
the intro is phenomenal. So Devil Wears Prada 2, I thought it was good, not great. That's just my personal opinion on it. I think very much not That movie's not made for me though, so I understand that.
True.
Now we go to one of the first summer movies, which I can't believe they're still making. Mortal Kombat 2. 6 years or 5 years removed from the first one that they made during the pandemic.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a COVID movie.
And it was a good streaming hit because we had nothing else to do.
I enjoyed it.
Here's the thing. I enjoyed it. Was it good? No. I had
Eh,
fun.
it's what every movie now is in a tentpole sense, which is it was fine.
It was fine. I did like Scorpion. I thought that was really cool that they brought Scorpion, a little bit more gravitas. I'm excited to see where we go because they're clearly going more into the Mortal Kombat stuff, and
That's the perfect example of does anyone care?
yeah.
Like I'm sure there are diehard Mortal Kombat fans that want it,
Yeah.
but like, would they be like missing a part of their life if this wasn't made?
No. No.
Probably not.
Then, I'm not trying to skip over almost half a month here, but there's a slew of horror movies, Obsession, Passenger, a few others that come out. But the next big thing during the May month is The Mandalorian and Grogu. I had to set it up.
This makes no sense to me at all. The fact that this is a movie.
I think I'm getting the.
Let me preface that. It doesn't make sense that it's a movie that's going into theaters.
I think it's in that weird spot where it's too big to be just a streaming hit because they will lose their ass on it. They want to make
and they pumped so much money into it.
Oh, I know. I mean, the thing is, like, it's weird because I don't hear a single person that is, I'm still in Star Wars circles.
This is like,
they're dying
again,
to see it.
Another example of this is coming way too late. They should have done this immediately following The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Because, like, I remember people were talking up The Mandalorian so much when it first came out.
It was extremely good. It's a really fun series. Season
1,
that
was fine.
But season 2 is really fun. Did you watch season 2 yet?
No, I watched the first season and then didn't continue.
Season 2 is its peak, by far. Season 2 is very much its peak. Had they done this right after season 2, I would have said this is going to do big box office because the competition isn't as fierce.
It will make money. It's a Star Wars movie.
It's a Star Wars movie. It's going to make money, but it's not going to be a traditional Star Wars movie where you could bank on this being a top 5 movie of the year. I don't think this is anywhere close.
I wouldn't bet on that either.
I wouldn't even. I do actually have concerns it's even going to make the top 10 this year, which I'm not saying that's bad. If it makes money, that's fine.
I could see it being 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think that's the cap. Where I go, I'm looking through.
That's where,
Super
if
Mario
I'm placing my bets,
Super Mario Galaxy is going to be in there.
Toy Story 5
is going to be in there. I think Supergirl has a shot, but I don't have high hopes.
Wouldn't bet on it.
I think Disclosure Day has a shot. I think The Odyssey has a shot. Doomsday has a shot. Dune Part 3 has a shot. Like, there's already been some heavy hitters out there.
When does Doomsday come out?
I think it's the second week of December. It's like the middle of December where there's enough time for it to make a really big rush of.
I'll make my prediction then. My top 5 would be Toy Story 5, the Mario one that just came out,
Mario Galaxy,
The Odyssey. What were the other ones we just said?
We didn't even talk about Spider-Man.
I'd probably put that in there, and then probably maybe Moana.
Yeah, forgot about Moana.
Yeah, those are probably the 5 I would put in there.
Moana currently has my prediction for ugliest movie of the year, probably.
Those live action movies have just gone off the deep end.
Oh, it's bad. It's
like
real bad.
They are barely making it live action.
Oh, I know.
They're just making an animated movie, and then they have people in it.
It's getting to
Like,
the point where we'll talk about it, but the last movie technically of the summer calendar, because we all know at the end of August the summer's already dead for movies. The last technical summer movie is Coyote versus Acme, and it's a Looney Tunes movie where they have live action
yeah,
characters and stuff. It feels very much just like you're in a Looney Tunes cartoon.
that was
It's just
supposed to come out years ago.
yeah.
That was the one that, like, for some reason, Warner Brothers was like, nah, shelve it.
I don't think it's very. I'm sure it's not going to be great. I don't have high
It's not
hopes.
gonna. I'd be willing to bet right now $100 that it's gonna do poorly at the box
Oh, it's going to
office.
do terrible. Also,
No
I'm
one
sorry.
cares about Looney Tunes anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm one of the
I
few
wish
people
they
that
cared more,
yeah, I
but
like
they
it.
don't.
Exactly. That no one gives a shit. I think it's interesting. It's got some characters, but we'll talk about it. So yeah, Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't have. It's weird because unless it's the, I'm looking at the theater. Like by now, Star Wars tickets would almost be sold out. If it was a traditional Star Wars movie, advance tickets. When I look outside of the one like big, oh, you get the special edition this and whatever crap,
Hmm.
not a single not a single theater at my local theater is sold out. There's barely any seats taken. I keep going, oh shit, I got to buy my Mandalorian Grogu ticket. I'm like, oh, I'll just wait.
I don't think the younger generation doesn't seem to be, because there was that whole craze where it's like, oh, we're gonna go see the midnight movie.
Yeah.
Like that's gone away.
Oh, I know, and it
They
sucks.
they seem fine with just going, oh yeah, I'll see it when I see it.
Well, that's why it was fun to go to the. I said it in a previous show. It's fun to go to the Super Mario Galaxy movie because they had a midnight release, and except for the parents that just said, "Hey, kids, we don't care. You can go to. You won't go to school tomorrow. Let's just have some fun, like it's old school." It was all people our age that were Mario players and like the 20 somethings that kind of remembered it. Like I could see college students in the audience a little bit, but it was mostly people our age that are like, "Oh, the midnight movie. This should be so much fun." And it was it was so fun because it was an audience that you knew wanted to see it and was in. So we all went, "Oh shit, that thing's in the movie. Oh, they put that in the movie. That's so cool." But yeah, I mean, the days that I've God, I'd love to almost be a small time theater owner just for the social experiment of can I sell a midnight movie? Can I make the midnight movie a thing again? At least in my
Uh,
local area because it's such a fun vibe.
I
It's
can answer that. It's no.
yeah,
It's because the rules have changed.
yeah.
Because before it had to be on the release date, which is why they sold it at midnight.
Yeah, it was
Because that's
12:01. It was
technically
always
it's a new
12:01.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason why. Now they're a little bit more lax about release dates.
Yeah, it's so now it's always you can do it the day before and I'm like, "Okay, cool." It's wild also how many people in the it also shows me the state of movie theaters. It is wild to me how many people don't realize that Thursday shows are a thing. It's been a thing for over 10 years now. I was going to Thursday shows of shit back when we lived in Kenosha, and that was over a decade ago, almost.
Yeah, and it started before that even. So
Yeah, it's just wild because like so many people that I've taken to the movies now, they're like, we get to see an early screening. I'm like, I mean, technically, I was like,
how was
technically
the
speaking, yeah,
how was the crowd for Devil Wears Prada?
pretty decent crowd, honestly, but it was mostly
But
millen-
like respectful.
respectful crowd, mostly millennial women that wanted to make it an event.
Hmm.
More men than I thought would be there, but nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
It's just it would I would say it still teeters into the movie is closer to the classical legacy sequel. Okay, we
it
made it.
is.
I,
It's a legacy sequel.
oh, it's certainly a legacy sequel. I don't think legacy sequels immediately should be dismissed. I mean, look at Top Gun Maverick; it's such a phenomenal
No,
movie.
yeah,
But too many of the legacy sequels, you're literally like, they made it,
no. Too many of the legacy sequels are sequels to something that
never need a sequel.
shouldn't have it. Yeah, shouldn't. It's like not a necessary thing.
I didn't
So
watch
it's
it.
so weird.
I didn't watch it because it's not part of the summer movie slate, but I did see that the first teaser for Practical Magic 2, I believe, was
Yeah,
released.
Yes, I didn't watch the trailer, but I saw some pictures,
And that was
and I was
another one where I
like,
was like, why did we need this movie?
you don't need that. You didn't need the "I Know What You Did Last Summer" one that came out last year or the year before.
Yeah,
You don't need any of the new Screams.
no.
Like,
Scream, at least they were smart and put young people in it. They didn't just go only back to the old cast.
yeah,
That was smart
but
on their part.
but the problem is that they've continued with the old cast
Yeah.
as the main characters. Like, you set up a new cast, but you're not really using them to their full
Although
potential.
we've shit on the story, I think legacy sequels in general, like I think the reason Top Gun Maverick works so well is outside of Maverick, everybody's brand new. Like everything is
Yes.
new, except Maverick. So
Yeah.
you and it tells that story, the old dog kind of learning new tricks kind of thing. Like we've shit on the story before, but I think is a perfect example of what you do with legacy sequels. Is if you're gonna do it like how the creature It comes up. Like every 27 years, you can do it again, but then you got to do all new people, all new stuff, and you have like one tie back to the original, and that's it.
Oh, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was another.
Yeah, I enjoyed my time with it, and they at least tried doing something different. But they also were like, guys, we're just having fun.
I still haven't watched it.
It's a fun little watch during the Halloween season. That's
I
where I
love the
put it.
first one, but
Oh yeah, me.
I just can't be bothered to watch.
Oh, I know. I know.
It's that and it's Deadpool and Wolverine are the two that I'm like, whatever. If I never see them in my life, it's not going to change it.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's move into June here. We have speaking of those legacies, June 5th is one of the only days that has competition for what could be the highest movie. We have Scary Movie 6 going up against the Masters of the Universe. They have finally made a He-Man movie, 25 years too late, but
Scary Movie is going to do well. He-Man is going to flop.
I have that same thought because also it kind of came out of nowhere. There's been very little build to it.
No, I that is one that I actually saw. I think it was a teaser. It didn't seem like a full trailer, but it did not look great.
It just seems really weird, and they're still trying to do like it goes into one of those stupid movies that's a fantasy setting that they're trying to bring into the real world and do the fantasy setting. I'm like, this is dumb. You do not do this with this property.
That is the story, but
It's just I disagree with that take entirely. I hate when they do shit like that. I'm like, just put it in the fantasy setting. Just let it be the fantasy
actually, I
setting.
don't even know if that is the story.
I don't believe it is.
I'm only basing it off of the 80s version,
Well, I mean, that's what it is, though. That's the only thing that Masters of the Universe is.
but that was a canon movie, and therefore they had to set it in the real world because they
Uh,
didn't have the money.
okay. All right. I thought you were talking about the show, not the.
No, the movie.
Okay, because the show is not set in the real world in any way, shape, or form,
Okay,
to what I
that
know.
makes sense.
Master of the Universe. I'm gonna go see it because I'm gonna get a review out of it. Like that's the point where I'm like, I'll go give a bad movie money if I get a review out of it. I don't
I
care.
wouldn't be surprised if Scary Movie ended up becoming like this year's Final Destination, where it's like surprisingly a hit,
Yeah,
like extreme hit.
yeah. Hey, I
Because
mean that
yeah,
horror movies can do legacy sequels because horror movies never die. Like that's okay.
Final Destination ended up in 17th with 138 million.
That's a really good return on a Final
I
Destination
think
movie.
Scary Movie could be over 100
Yeah.
for sure.
Now we go to what is one of only two movies I think could actually get Dylan to maybe go to a theater this year. We have coming out June 12th, right before Dylan and I will be going to the World Cup. We have Disclosure Day, the new Steven Spielberg film. It looks like a classic Spielberg blockbuster, which has been something we've been clamoring for a long time.
I don't know a single fucking thing about it.
That's the whole point. That's what we want. It's like
Good.
even the
Yeah.
trailers are very confusing. You're like, there's a bunch of
Okay,
weird
good.
animals and kind of alien shit, but there doesn't look alien, but it's alien. I don't know. It's got a great cast though: Colin Firth, Emily Blunt. There's one of the newer, younger actors in there that does pretty
Yeah, it's the
well.
guy from Challengers
Yes,
and the Knives Out sequel.
yes. So I mean, it's Spielberg blockbuster. Um, I'll be there the first showing possible.
That's the only one that I'm like, yeah, I'll go to the theaters.
I think I maybe could talk into one in July, maybe,
Probably.
but that's about it. I mean, I think really wisely they have not disclosed a single thing about Disclosure Day outside of what you have to. They've like, there's nothing. There's no like, let's do another trailer. It's very classic. Let's just we're gonna put the trailer out and that's it. We're not talking about it. We're not doing anything about it. Cool.
Josh O'Connor
Yeah.
is the actor.
Then we go June 19th. It is not a race. This is going to be a boat race. Toy Story 5 is going to be the headline by far. Don't have high hopes for it, but I do know. I gotta hope to get an early screening on that one because we'll be in Seattle. So hopefully I get a, hopefully I can find a way to get into a really early screening. But beyond that, also that day, a movie I've been really excited about, A24's The Death of Robin Hood, which looks to be super dark, and I'm really excited about it.
The only thing I know about is Hugh Jackman's in it.
Yeah, it's Hugh Jackman and it's Robin Hood. That's about it. That's all I know. It's the last trailer they put out was really interesting, but it's still like color wise extremely dark.
Is it a like true period
I
piece?
believe it's a true period piece.
Okay. And that makes me a little more excited. They
And
kind of did that with The Green Knight, and I thought that movie was well done. So
so I think June 19th it's going to be one that I will be most excited for. Death of Robin Hood. Obviously, the mass majority audiences are going to go see Toy Story 5. That's what it's going to be. I assume I'm going to end up seeing Toy Story 5 for work as well. We always get rained out of at least one trip and
yeah,
have to go to the movies. So I assume that's what's going to have to happen this year. But I do not
and
have high hopes.
apparently they're already planning 6 and 7. Not needed.
I mean, 4 wasn't needed.
No, they had the perfect send off with 3,
Yeah.
and then they just go, what do we got?
I think the thing that
Drag it out.
I think the thing that people need to discuss more when they do stuff like this is if your audience is the one growing up with you and then you put them in a place where they have to constantly compare it back to the other ones, that's a really bad decision because
They
it
do well though.
they do well and it's an understated thing, but I think there's a lot of people like you and I that go that are very much they're made another one. Do we need this? And unlike like I would like for instance, if it was not part of what we do on YouTube and it wasn't part of this is easily a movie that if it was a couple years ago and I wasn't doing YouTube stuff with you, I wouldn't go see Toy Story 5. I would completely skip it. I'd wait if people wanted to watch it while we were together on Disney Plus a couple months later. Sure. Or the only
That's
way
what I do with 4.
same deal like if you wanted me to go see it, like our close friends that are our niece and nephew, like if they said I want to go to Toy Story 5, would you take me? I'd be like, yeah, I'll take the kids to Toy Story 5 because they want to see it, but I couldn't give two shits otherwise.
Yeah. I think I would have been more interested had they in Toy Story 4 set up new characters and we follow them.
Yeah,
And it's just a brand new trilogy because it's a very simple premise. Like that's what a premise perfect for spin-offs.
yeah.
So
It's a weird and interesting choice nonetheless that I think is
I think they should go full dark and all the toys actually get burned in the incinerator
see. I think the
and
way
just truly traumatize people.
hey, it's a hell of a send off.
Hey, there's plenty of 80s kids movies that did it.
The other thing I think would be interesting is if you just instead of doing the toys have a second life, do what most toys do. They get put in a box and they get sent to a secondhand store, and then it's a kid picking out toy. Like you can see a kid, and I think that'd be a really interesting way to touch on bigger themes like Pixar used to do really well, where touch on class, touch on all this stuff, like
Yeah.
the poor kid who can't have a tablet he gets to go to St. Vincent de Paul or Goodwill or whatever and pick out like 4 or 5 toys in the box. And then it's like the toys trying to get back together because only like 3 or 4 of them got to be picked out of the box together. I think that'd be a really interesting story. We're like, oh wow, this is we're touching on some real stuff here, as opposed to just like, I don't know, tablets, man. And we all get it. Tablets are bad for children. Like, we get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's Pixar's really fallen off for me.
I mean, all of Disney has in general.
Well, I'm talking specifically about Pixar because they used to have movies with such depth that is like it's made for anyone.
Yes.
They're really not doing that anymore.
No.
Like, even a movie I liked, like Onward, really wasn't that deep.
Sure.
Like, it talked about grief, dealt with some of that, but it wasn't like
it seemed a little bit more targeted and not as wide, where people who have gone through it would really connect with it. I remember bawling my eyes out because obviously of our own trauma with our own father, but I can't watch a father son moment on screen most of the time without crying. It's part of my history now. It's just what I am now. But yeah, it didn't have a wide enough berth to do it. Like, I think what they do really well now is telling the story of the other really well. I thought Turning Red they did in such a really good way. I thought Encanto did a really good job of those things, but they're outliers now. They're not the norm. And I think that's the sad part. Now we go to the end of June, which is interesting. The last week of June, we have the only triple header, which used to be a really big thing back in the summer months. A24 is The Invite, which stars Seth Rogen, Olivia Wilde, Edward Norton, and Penelope Cruz. No idea what's happening. I think it's just a couple on the rocks, and then shit goes south even further. I only bring that up because it is going up against all 3 of these are completely counter-programming to one another. You have The Invite, the more serious moviegoer movie. You have Supergirl, the big hit, which is trying to, like, they're putting a lot into Supergirl. So they're really trying to make this a thing. And then the ultimate counter-program to all of it, Jackass, Best and Last, is also coming to theaters.
Would not be surprised if Jackass made the most money.
I wouldn't either. That's the crazy part.
Like, Supergirl is going to make more, but
I wouldn't be surprised if it's close, though. I really would.
Yeah, I do think it still is a thing where it's just like the comic book crowd really don't watch stuff that's like female centered.
I think there's some partial truth to that, certainly, especially because a lot of the female fare outside of the first Wonder Woman is not spectacular. Like,
yeah, it doesn't help that the movies usually aren't great.
I mean, Captain Marvel I thought was about as middle of the road as possible. The second Captain Marvel I thought wasn't great. Black Widow, they tried to even just kind of go down the middle. That movie
sucks.
And it's problematic. I mean, the Marvel series that they try to tie into, they haven't done a great job with. There's been some characters I like, but they're always ensemble pieces.
Yeah, Wonder Woman is the one that stands out.
And then Wonder Woman 84 is, I think, the worst of the entire bunch.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've yet to make a true, we're going to watch a female superhero on a consistent basis be good.
I also don't think the Supergirl that they set up is really a personality that you are like drawn to.
They're really banking on crypto making them some money. They did it with Superman, and they really did it with Supergirl now, where the whole plot centers around
at least
crypto.
With Superman, you could say, oh, they're going back to the origin of Superman.
Sure.
Like, they're going back to the goody two shoes. Like,
yeah.
Oh, gee golly, mister. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're going back to that. This is like more punk rock, where it's...
Yeah.
And I don't know if people want to see that.
Well, it's also difficult because Supergirl's had like 4 different iterations. They're all similar
Yeah,
but
but
wildly different. There's no
no one
definitive.
even knows about the canon Supergirl movie
I
that was
don't even
made.
know half the time, and I'm a DC fucking nerd. Like I love
That movie
DC,
sucks
and
so much.
I love. Oh, trust me, I'm gonna one day watch it for like shits and gigs.
Hey, Faye Dunaway as the villain.
Hey, that's why I'm like, they got Faye Dunaway to be the fucking villain in this movie.
Oh,
Goddamn.
she's hamming it up.
Also, I think a movie we might have to cover completely unrelated, but just because you brought up old actors, I finally, for the first time, watched Field of Dreams the other night. And Burt Lancaster, I was like, oh shit, good old Burt Lancaster in this movie.
He's one of those actors that I never liked, and then the more I watch of him, I like.
Oh, okay.
That happens a lot with like older, like the old stars of the day.
Yeah.
Like there's people where I'm like, yeah, I just don't care for them. But then the more you watch them, you actually like them.
Yeah. I think it's
I
certainly
just
true.
watched a movie called Test Pilot that has Clark Gable and Spencer Tracy.
Nice.
And I never really cared for Spencer Tracy, but the more I watch him, I'm like, yeah, he's good. I like him. He does.
I get it.
Yeah, he's very subtle,
Hey,
especially in the time period that he's in,
oh yeah.
where no one's subtle.
There's no subtlety in acting back in the. They were all stage actors, and they all were. It's certainly. I always think about it because of Rebel Without a Cause. Like I love James Dean, but he's doing like
Oh, he's hamming it.
he's doing real classical stage acting of the period where it has to be really over the top. And then you have Natalie Wood, who's doing kind of like modern acting, and it's just
Yeah,
such a weird, beautiful. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, as we covered in our top 100 series. I love Rebel Without a Cause, but it is so strange to get the dichotomy of like the old actors' way of doing something versus like the new way of doing things together on screen. It's wild. It's fucking wild. But yeah, no, it's certainly something when you brought up Faye Dunaway. I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I saw Burt Lancaster. I was like, oh shit, okay, cool.
what did you think of Field of Dreams?
I kind of want to do an episode on it because it's completely different than what I thought Field of Dreams was. Because baseline, Field of Dreams is only talked about as, oh yeah, the baseball movie with ghosts, and it is anywhere from just that baseball movie with ghosts.
Yeah, it was nominated for Best Picture.
Hey, it's a good movie.
I don't think it deserves it, but whatever.
Hey, what is that? 89 comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my favorite movie from '89, but I think it's better than my
Hey,
favorite.
it's better than what won Best Picture, which is Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah,
that movie sucks.
Well, that's solved racism again, right?
Yeah, it solves racism. Yeah.
If your movie solves racism, you will at least be nominated for an Oscar.
That, or it's just put up as Oscar bait, and everyone just despises it.
Is that what we should do to launch our careers? Just make a really ham-fisted "we solved racism" movie. We'll at least get our foot in the door. We'll hate ourselves, but at least we'll get our foot in the door.
I'll start thinking of something.
All right, we go into July. July is a little bit of the doldrums. Our early July 1st always gets a movie. It does, I don't know why, but July 1st always gets a movie. We have Minions and Monsters coming out, which
The fuck is that?
it's the new Minions movie.
Oh, Minions. Okay.
And do we even need to discuss this?
No.
Let that franchise
Skip
die.
it.
Let that franchise die. This is one I wanted to bring up, not because I think the movie's going to be great. The trailer was good enough to at least let me go, huh? But then I saw the studio. Young Washington, new movie coming out. It's biographical movie. Comes out July 3rd.
Is that a real movie?
Yes.
Oh. Because I was on YouTube the other day, and Young Washington, the trailer came up.
Yeah.
And it looked so AI slop that I was like, well, I'm not watching this shit. I'm not going to just watch a trailer for some AI bullshit.
Well, correct.
I didn't realize it was actually a real movie.
It's a real movie. They're
doing a poor job of marketing that.
I believe Kelsey Grammer is in the movie and a few other like real actors.
Let me look it up real quick.
It is being, the reason I'm bringing it up is it's being released by Angel Studios, who For those who don't know, I have great concerns about for obvious reasons. They are a Christian first, Christian values studio, which is why I found it so interesting. They're
Ah.
releasing Animal Farm, the animated version, the beginning of May.
Young Washington, Ben Kingsley, Andy Serkis, Kelsey Grammer, Mary Louise Parker.
Yeah, like
Those are the top billing, at
but those
least.
are legit actors. Those aren't just chumps.
Yeah, no, that's a good cast.
And that's the thing that I found so interesting. I was like, oh, and then I saw, oh, Angel Studios, and I went, well, this is skippable.
I this is not gonna be a good movie. It's made by the director of it is the guy who did I Can Only Imagine. You know that like really Christian shit.
Yeah.
Like all his uh, credits are like Christian.
Well, what I found interesting was Angel Studios continues to climb. Like every year, they have a few movies that do really well for them because of that built-in Christian audience, which is terrifying. Um, sorry, folks. Like, we don't care if you are Christian. Just don't let your beliefs be the only thing that matter in your world because Jesus fucking Christ, it's ridiculous in 2026 to act that way.
Oh, I just watched Passion of Christ for the first time.
Really? I've never watched
My
it.
God, that movie is so gratuitous.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Like there's
Mel
so
Gibson
much.
hamming up at his finest.
It's like borderline horror gore to it.
Hell yeah,
Which
dog.
I mean, as a fan of horror movies, I enjoyed it. But it is like so
Did it
gratuitous.
justify why Cartman thinks Passion is the best?
It was a good movie. I'll say that.
Okay. Mel Gibson's the Passion. Like I always remember Cartman just going, Mel Gibson's the Passion all the time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't connect with the Christian themes of it,
Right.
but
It's more so I have deep rooted concerns, and I was hoping this stuff is starting to fall, especially with the MAGA movement. It's not dying as fast as people think it is, but it is splintering quite a bit now, especially with the Iran war. But like the fact that a studio like this can exist, and I'm looking and they're making stuff in genres that is just anti kind of Christian value by like just base success. Like,
I would
how do you
say
have a
that's a smart
thriller?
move.
How do you have a thriller movie in today's context of a thriller movie with Christian values?
I think that's a smart move, though. Don't box yourself in. Obviously, they're still going to keep making all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like as a movie studio, it is smart at least.
Well, the thing is, if you go onto Wikipedia, by the first sentence, you can see what the problem is. It's based out of Provo, Utah, and it's founded by five uh, wealthy Mormon brothers of the Latter Day Saints Dominion. So, and also like, it is weird if you really still want the experience in America of just feeling like you're in a different place. Go to Utah. Like, and if you're not from Utah, you will go, holy shit, it is different here because of going to Bryce Canyon and Zion National Parks, two of the best parks. Love both of them. But we have to go through this small town of like, I don't know, 20, 30,000 people. And I think there's a university there, but I'm not sure. And it's in the southwest corner of the state. You're just like, did I just drive into fucking Pleasantville? Like everything just feels off. It just feels that weird. Like everything you've
Well,
ever heard in a documentary about Utah is 1000%. The feel is correct. It is strange to be there.
that's I was gonna say that'd be like the one word I would describe Mormons as. It's just weird.
It's just a different vibe, man.
Like there is a lot of problematic stuff about them, but like for the most part, I'm just like, you guys are fucking weird. Like you're not even allowed to drink coffee because you can't have caffeine.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
a weird rule.
that's a choice. It's a choice. But it's just Angel Studios is one where I'm like, how does this exist in 20 fucking 26?
It makes sense.
But then I also saw like Animal Farm. I'm like, Animal Farm has nothing to do with Christianity. What are we talking
That
about?
movie's good. That movie's gonna make no money.
I think it's actually going to make a decent amount of movie because they've marketed it as a kids movie.
I'd still be willing to bet it won't make much.
I hope it doesn't. I want it to fail, but
I just think Andy Serkis has a curse on him or something. Like it seems like everything after Lord of the Rings he touches is just
Ah, the Batman.
not great.
The Batman.
Oh yes, he was in the Batman.
Batman's great.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
true.
Yeah, don't
And
tell
I
me
love
that.
Andy Serkis.
No, I do too, but don't tell me that after we just talked about on a prior episode that he's directing a new Lord of the Rings movie. I don't need that. We don't need
Uh,
that bad juju going to Lord of the Rings. We already got to recover from the Hobbit. Like we don't need to do this.
and Rings of Power.
Yep. Yep. Well, we'll continue that sad trend and go straight to live action Moana. Um,
The only thing I saw of this was one still, and it was The Rock's face superimposed onto what is supposed to look like a real body, but is clearly just a digital
so
double.
I've seen the behind the scenes pictures, like the tabloid pictures or whatever, where he's got like they built out the Maui chest because even The
Yeah,
Rock on full steroids cannot be Maui. They're two different body types.
uh-huh.
And it's like, bruh.
Well, no, the giveaway on that one was because I saw that too. The necklace is completely different. They changed that, and that creates like the perfect seam to cut out, make part of it real, make part of it
Yeah.
CG. Like that makes the perfect like defining line where it's just like, okay, we can do this easily.
Yeah, it's choice. It's
I mean,
choice.
it's going to look the body's going to look more like the rest of the scene than his face will because almost everything is going to be CG.
I just one thing I did say this in the Devil Wears Prada too. I didn't feel like I was watching green screen the whole time. It felt like we were in real
I
locations.
would hope not.
No, I know, but every movie's gone that way. So that's why I wanted to give it props. Like, even though I don't think it should be that, I felt like we actually saw Milan, Italy. We actually saw New York City. We actually were on real. There was only 1 to 2 shots in the entire movie where I went, I think that's studio, not outside. But everything else, I was like, it looks pretty damn good. So when you have something like Moana, I'm sorry, like you can't you can't phone it in like that, man. You can't.
Well, you can because they've been doing that for 10 years with these live action remakes.
I just also they were doing a good trend. Go back to the stuff that's like 50, 75 years old. Redo that shit. And everyone's like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Like I remember when they did Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast. I don't think they were great movies, but they were good. They were fun to go to, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're remembering the Disney magic. Fucking make the Black Cauldron. That shit'll be rad. Like, make other shit.
I do agree they should be making like those early Disney ones.
Yeah.
Because people don't, other than Snow White, people really don't like view those as sacred.
No,
So I think it's
they're
fair.
beloved family classics. They're not sacreds that shouldn't be touched.
Yeah. I'd be curious to see if parents nowadays even show kids those early Disney movies.
I'm finding a lot of parents that I associate with, they when they find my pop culture tastes, we connect deeply. And it's a lot of stuff like a lot of parents now show their kids anime and manga. They show their kids a lot of uh,
Mm-hmm.
90s and 80s stuff. It is wild how many kids can
Yeah.
tell me about shit where I'm like, what? And then I try to give like a modern reference that I think is modern. Like, you know how like when we were kids, it always felt like we were like a little 10 years behind almost, where like we still had that influence. But there's still a lot of permeating 80s cartoons and things when we were growing up. And neither of us really liked it, but we at least knew what it was. And I try to do stuff like that with them, and they're nowhere near it. I'm like, the fuck, what?
Hmm.
But then I can
That's
pull shit out from like the
curious.
the 2000s, the 90s, and the 80s, and they'll know that. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like,
That gives me a little bit of hope.
but it's just strange. It's just a strange vibe. We either connect over like Mario and Pokemon, or we connect about other stuff like way back in the day that I was like, you know that. I'll give you credit. Okay. But the only thing I know about Moana that's already bothered me within the first 2 days of the trailer being out, someone completely re-edited it for color grading, and it looked so much better. The trailer is so ugly. And if you're gonna do this whole
Ugly in what way? Like too colorful
no
or
darker colors that aren't vibrant at
oh, so
all,
like desaturated.
desaturated, and it just made
Hmm,
no sense. I'm like,
that's an odd choice.
if you're gonna make a Disney movie live action, which is already problematic, especially one that's not even 10 years old yet, you need to
Exactly 10 years. Yeah.
you need to make it feel like the original. I'm sorry, Moana is colorful as hell. Part of the appeal is of Moana is how light and bright
Yeah.
and fun it is.
That's why that was my assumption was it would be very bright and colorful.
And that's I talked to Ab about this last night. We were just talking about movies after we went to, Ab went to Devil Wears Prada, and so did another family that we're friends with, and they're the reason I went, because I was like, I'll skip Devil Wears Prada, whatever. But um, we were just talking about movies afterwards, and Ab's like, if I'm going to show up to see you do a live action Disney cartoon, why the fuck wouldn't you make it look like the live action Disney cartoon? Why would you do this and that? I was like, yeah, you're completely right. Why would anyone want to show up to see this drab version of this? It's stupid. Makes no sense.
Yeah, I'll say that about the How to Train Your Dragon live action. They did a good job of matching tone for the most part.
Okay.
I
Also,
shouldn't say that definitively because I only watched half of it, but the part that I saw matched.
I'm sure you at least saw the head-to-head toothless dragon moment.
I stopped watching after the flying theme part.
Oh, you got the theme, and you're like, all right, we're cool.
I can't even remember if it was the same theme or not, but that was when I just it's like this is the most needless thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Also coming out the 10th Evil Dead Burn. It's the third part of the new Evil Dead series. I have higher hopes for that than I do Moana. Let me tell you that.
I'll agree with that, and I'll leave it at that.
The rest of July is pretty skippable until the last day, where we get Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't know why. I have so little interest in this movie.
Is this supposed to be a start of a new trilogy?
It seems like it.
Okay, whatever.
He's back to being street level. The Punisher is making an appearance, which I do think is interesting to
Yep,
make it
I
street
did
level.
see that. I know Zendaya and um the guy who plays Jacob.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Like they're both in it. So like I actually thought they were gonna just completely move away from the MJ story.
I was hoping they were. I have so little interest in it whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the smartest move to go back to it, but
well, the thing is, like what
whatever.
I was discussing earlier, and what I was discussing with a lot of people is, I have less than zero. I have negative interest in him going back with his friends. I could not care less if it happens or not. I really don't care. If you're going to tell me this whole, he's this Spider-Man that was in the world-changing events, and now he has to go back to street level because no one remembers him, no one cares, and he's just Spider-Man now, I'm fine with that. But I think that story is a lot different when he truly has to feel like he's on his own. It's also, we're getting to the point where they're doing the best that they can, but we're 10 years removed from when they were as close to teenage looking as possible. And now we know, like, we see Zendaya in real adult roles. We see Tom Holland taking some adult roles. Like, they're not kids anymore, and we're still trying to tell the story. It's their first year in college. And I'm like, they're all fucking 30 or whatever, dog. And we know it, and we see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it eventually.
The thing is this. I am just hoping that every leak is correct, that Sadie Sink is a mutant in this movie. That's what actually intrigues me.
Oh yeah, I did see a rumor that she's Rogue.
I've seen
No
Rogue,
idea.
and I've seen Jean Grey. I've seen Jean Grey more than anything. I think Sadie Sink would be a very interesting Jean Grey. I don't know if it's the best choice, but interesting.
At least that'd be introducing new X-Men.
Well, that's
cast.
the thing is, I want to, if we're gonna go in this new direction, And now that the fact that you finally do have all the major Marvel players, you don't have to rely on the Iron Mans and the
We should
Thors
do a
anymore.
casting of the new X-Men.
Oh, just like what would we choose as opposed to
Vin Diesel is Professor X.
that would be interesting. I think you and I could do that. That'd be fun. Do we have are we gonna do are we each gonna pick one or are we gonna do
No, we gotta agree on one.
oh studio head? I like this. Actually I really enjoy this premise. Because remember for the random movie generator or whatever the fuck we call it. I did an X-Men, but I only had random choices, so it was really
Yeah,
interesting to be like, thank God I put Dazzler in that, so I had Lady Gaga's Dazzler. Otherwise, it didn't have a lot of star appeal on that
yeah.
bad boy.
That one you're forced into people.
Yeah, but it'd be very interesting to get to play in that world. But I don't know. I I can't believe I'm even saying superhero fatigue. I just don't.
I've had it for years.
I know you have, but I just can't believe I finally got there because my entire life at one time was comic books.
Get saturated enough, you'll eventually get tired of it.
Yeah. All right, we'll go into August. One movie I think is quite interesting. It's called One Night Only. It's a romantic comedy, which I think is a little bit up your alley, starring Monica Barbaro, Callum Turner. The premise, and
Huh.
it is based off of, or it is on the script that was the Blacklist 2024's favorite. Like that was everyone's favorite script on the Blacklist, which you and I have discussed a lot because you've even thought
Yes.
about using the Blacklist.
Yes, Blacklist is just a contest of the best unproduced scripts.
And so the premise to the movie is apparently it's a little dystopian. There is only one day in the US where it is legal to have premarital sex. So, and it's the
Hmm.
story of two people that really truly want to find love and really want to find a person, and they're trying to find it on the one day where everyone's just trying to bang it out because they're all just horn dogs because they can't have sex anymore legally. Um,
I'm sure it's going to get political
I'm sure it is.
or have some theme of
I'm
political,
sure it will.
which I'm not against that. But if this is going for a true like romantic comedy, I don't need themes in my romantic comedy.
You don't need the political message. I also
But
found it interesting.
if it's a deeper movie than just like the typical
Yeah,
romantic comedy, that's fine too.
yeah.
We'll see.
Playing Callum Turner's mother, which I found very interesting, is Molly Ringwald. Nice to see Molly Ringwald going into some bigger stuff again.
Mhm.
LeVar Burton is also in this movie somehow. Don't know how. Maya Hawke is in this movie.
He's going to be a cameo. They're going to be watching Reading Rainbow. That'd be a good way to do that.
The Reading Rainbow. I love the idea of someone like walking past the classic like storefront TVs on, and then just in the background it's just like it's Reading Rainbow, and then LeVar Burton comes and says like one word like the old Stan Lee cameos, and then just leaves. Oh, that'd be great. But that was the one I find most interesting. There's a lot of weird, interesting stuff in August that I find at least sort of appealing, which most August movies don't have. The next week is the end of Oak Street. It's produced by J.J. Abrams. The director, I can't remember the name, but he directed It Follows. Stars Anne
Oh,
Hathaway,
okay.
Ewan McGregor, and apparently the premise is like a whole city block essentially is dropped into this weird, mysterious land, and there's dinosaurs, which I don't know how that makes sense, but
That sounds very J.J.
it's very
Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. And the fact is, if you have Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway, that's enough for me to go, I'll go see it. But I
It's not going to do well.
no, it's a middle of August movie. It's gonna do terrible.
I'm looking at some of
August
the
is
movies
still
in
a death
August.
nail. August is still a death nail for movies.
There's nothing in August that is going to make money, like big money.
Then
The only one that has a chance is this Insidious,
I'll say the next week is
and
Insidious out of the further.
even that I don't think is going to do well.
I think it'll make money. I just don't think it'll do a ton of money. It's a horror franchise. Horror
I don't think
franchise.
people care about it anymore, though. Like it, Insidious doesn't carry the like cachet that The Conjuring does.
That's true. It's very true. It always felt like The Conjuring light. Like, oh, we can't go to The
Yes.
Conjuring. Oh, let's go to Insidious kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then finally, the end of August, as we were talking about, Coyote versus Acme.
Hey, I'm glad they got their movie out. I'm not going to watch it.
An evil John Cena is representing Acme, which I find is hilarious. Love me a heel John Cena. Also, talk about an actor that's tailor made to play with Looney Tunes. Good old John Cena, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that the filmmakers didn't just have a completely unreleased movie, but I don't really have an interest in it.
I have an interest because it's Looney Tunes and the Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner are my favorites. But
Oh, really? Those
oh
are like two of my least favorites.
my favorite is always Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. Always.
Huh. That's an odd choice, I think.
Those were my favorite ones to watch, and then I always liked obviously Bugs and Daffy. The rest I was kind of like whatever.
I always liked Elmer Fudd.
You would like Elmer Fudd.
He's just like it's one of those things where it's so not funny that it's funny. It's perfect.
But oh yeah, that's another lost one. Talking about how no one cares. I said, "Why are you sounding like a Looney Tune right now?" to a kid, and they had no idea what I was talking about. Zero.
Makes sense.
So it was interesting to see that. But that is the summer window. Oh
Let's
shit!
just cover.
I completely skipped one. The most important movie of the year, possibly. July 17th, The Odyssey. It's because I have it scratched out because it's right under Evil Dead.
We really don't have to talk about it. I think we're both excited to see it.
Is that and Disclosure Day the only two movies you'd consider going to a theater for?
Yes.
I think that's fair.
I think I'm definitely going to see The Odyssey in theaters.
Whoa!
Only because Nolan is like one of the last filmmakers that actually makes movies
for the theater
that like kind of do something original.
Yeah.
Or try to do something original. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll probably watch that.
Sure. And also Tom Holland. Again. He's got a
busy
month in July.
And Zendaya's in that.
Yeah.
And Anne Hathaway's in that.
Yep. Matt Damon.
It's got a crazy ass cast.
Oh, it's a Christopher Nolan movie. Everyone wants to work with Christopher Nolan now.
Yes, that's true.
It's the same thing. It's
the only thing that I don't know is if it's gonna lean into the fantasy elements.
I think they teased that a lot already.
Okay.
And that's something
cool.
that's so different for him. He doesn't do fantasy.
I was gonna say that's something that Nolan has never done.
That's why I'm really interested in it.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping one day they finally cave and let him make a Bond movie. That's all he's ever really wanted to do. It's him and Spielberg both are like, I want to make a Bond movie. They never let him do it.
Well, they're stupid for not doing it already.
Yeah.
If someone like of that caliber comes up and says, I want to make blank movie, you go, okay, sure, I'll fund that. You're going to get your money back. Like, it doesn't make sense to not say yes.
I would love if Steven Spielberg retired on a James Bond movie. I never want him to retire, but I love the idea of like 90-year-old Steven Spielberg being like, I'll do a Bond movie. I don't care.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to see his take.
But I mean, that's the whole reason Indiana Jones happened. Is he's like, for years I've been trying to get Cubby Broccoli to hire me to do a Bond movie. Yep. And George Lucas is like, I got something way better for you than Bond. And I would agree. He was right.
And look at the directors they did pick at that around that period.
Could you even do a top 5 ranking of Bond directors? Of like good stuff?
Probably not.
Like Martin Campbell, I think, is up there.
Martin Campbell's the only one where I'm like, yeah, he made what, and Sam Mendes. Sam Mendes is a little bit more because there is Spectre. So like, you'd be just picking.
You'd just be picking the best and just
go,
like who did the best with each Bond and kind of go from there.
Because those first ones were all made by the same person. Can't remember who the director.
Well, that's because they were just as like throw out schlock movies, you know?
Yeah, true. I don't know. Oh, Terrence Young. Yeah, he made a couple of them.
Interesting. Which ones did he make?
I think it was like the first three, first
Okay.
four,
So
something
Doctor
like that.
No, From Russia with Love, Thunderball, um, Goldfinger, that era. Got it. Okay. Interesting nonetheless. Maybe he finally killed his career with You Only Live Twice when they put good old Sean Connery as an Asian man. That was a choice.
There's a lot of problematic stuff in those movies.
Oh, there's plenty of problematic stuff from back in the day. Overall, the summer does intrigue me. There's enough that I want to see The Mandalorian and Grogu. I know I'm more of a Star Wars fan than you. Disclosure Day. Every month at least has a movie that I actually really want to see.
Okay, that's good.
And so outside of actually One Night Only does actually intrigue me quite a bit for August. And I think it's just counter programming at a time that it's nice to get a little palate cleanser in there.
Studios don't make sense to me anymore.
I mean,
Because romantic comedy is like the quintessential cheap and it will make money.
yeah.
And they don't release them anymore.
No, they put them on streaming services now.
Yeah. And it's just really weird.
Yeah, it's a choice. It's a
It
choice.
certainly is.
It's a choice. Well, regardless of that, that is our summer movie preview. If you guys want to join us when we do our live recordings, head on over to the Really Snappy channel over on Twitch, twitch.tv/really_snappy. Like, comment, subscribe for more from the channel and more for everything else that we are doing. We got a lot of stuff coming your way. We are playing catch up just because I am in the midst of a move, which is why my entire backdrop looks very different than it normally does as things just slowly come off the walls and and come off the shelves. But
It'll be my turn after pretty soon.
Oh, we're going pretty soon, huh?
I think so. I don't know for a fact though.
Okay, well we'll discuss that off mic a little bit, but that is going to do it for the show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Resist and persist. Peace, love, and hugs to you all.